Good evening, students. So in our last class we have done 13.1 and we have started with inverse proportion examples. Now we will start with exercise 13.2. Okay, the first one, which of the following are in inverse proportion? So the first one is the number of workers on a job and the time to complete the job. We have to find whether it is inverse proportion or not. See, the first one is the number of workers on a job and the time to complete the job. So if let's say with 5% we are able to complete a job in 30 days, then with 6% obviously we will take now less number of days. So this is an example of inverse proportion. Okay, so more number of people means less number of days to finish the job. Second one, time taken for a journey and the distance traveled in a uniform speed. See, the more the distance you will have, the more the time you will have, more the time it will require to cover that distance. So this is not an inverse proportion, it is a direct proportion. Third one, area of cultivated land and a crop harvested. So the more land you have, the more crop can be harvested. So this is also a direct proportion, not inverse proportion. The fourth one is time taken for a fixed journey and the speed of the vehicle. See, let's say for a fixed journey, let's say we have to cover 100 kilometers, okay, and somehow there are two people covering the distance. One person is going at the speed of 50 and the other person is going at the speed of 100. Who is going to reach the destination first? The person who is going at the speed of 100 kilometers per hour is going to reach the destination first. Why? As the speed increases, time taken to cover the distance reduces. So one parameter is increasing, another parameter is reducing. This is a case of inverse proportion. The population of a country and the area of land per person. Okay, so see, as the population rises, the land that each person can acquire reduces. Yes, so that's why this is a case of inverse proportion, because the more population you will have, then less land will be there to accumulate. Less land will be there to accommodate. Now, look at the third one. The third one is Rahman is making a wheel using spokes. He wants to fix equal spokes in such a way that the angle between any pair of consecutive spokes are equal. Help him by completing the following table. Okay, so in this, number of spokes are given, an angle between a pair of consecutive spokes. See, a total sum of circle is angle sum is 360 degree. That is the central angle. It is called central angle. So angle between spokes, angle, there is a formula which is angle between spokes. Angle between spokes is equal to 360 by 4. 360 by 4 or 6 or whatever number of spokes by number of spokes. Number of angle between spokes is equal to central angle divided with number of spokes. So see here, number of spokes in the figure it is given 4. For 4 it is 90 degree, for 6 it is 60 degree, for 8 we have to find. Okay, so for 8, 360 by 8. How much it is? 4 to 4, 90. 90 by 2, 45 degree. So for 8 spokes, the angle between the consecutive angle between pair of consecutive spokes is 45 degree. Okay. Now for 10 spokes, it is 360 by 10, 36 degree. For 12, it is 360 by 12. 12, 3, 36, so 30 degree. For 12 spokes it is 30 degree. Now look at the questions. Are the number of spokes and the angle formed between the pair of consecutive spokes in inverse proportion? Is it inverse proportion? 4, 90, 6, 60, 8. Yes, it is inverse proportion. The more number of spokes we have, the less number of angle we have. Okay. Second one, calculate the angle between a pair of consecutive spokes on a wheel with 15 spokes. So 15 spokes, we have to do is 360 by 15. So 3, 5 are 3, 1, 20, 5, 2, 10, 2, 0, 5, 4, so 24 degree. You will get 24 degree. Now, the third one, how many spokes would be needed if the angle between a consecutive pair of spokes is 40 degrees? So, the question is, how many spokes would be needed? We have to find the number of spokes. So, number of spokes is equal to central angle divided with angle between spokes. Angle between spokes. See, this is our base standard formula. So in this, if number of spokes are required, we take this from here to here, and we will bring the angle between spokes from here to the denominator. This is central angle. Okay, central angle is constant 360 degree. Angle between spokes is how much? Angle between spokes they have given us 14 degree. So if we 1 0 1 0 will get cancelled. 36 by 4 is 9 spokes. So how many spokes are required to get 40 degree? 9 spokes. Now the next one. If a box of sweets is divided among 24 children, they will get 5 sweets each, and how many would each get if the number of children is reduced by 4? This is the question number 4, okay? If a box of sweets is divided among 24 children, they will get 5 sweets each. So 24 students are getting 5 sweets each. Now, how many would each get if the number of children is reduced by 4? So initially there was 24 children, now it became 20 children. So automatically each children will get more sweets. So this is our factor which is missing. We know the formula x1 y1 is equal to x2 y2. x1 y1 is equal to x2 y2. So from here we will get 24. We want to find the value of y, so keep the y value here. 24 into 5 divided with 25. 24 divided by 4 is 6. So each children will get 6 sweets. Initially they were getting 5, now they will get 6. Okay. Now look at question number 5. A farmer has enough food to feed 20 animals in his cattle for 6 days. Okay. How long would the food last if there were 10 more animals in his cattle? Okay, so initially he had 20 animals. And he had food for 6 days. Now he has 10 more animals, which is now 30 animals. And how long the food will last? Okay. So now here we apply proportion 20 x1 y1 is equal to x2 y2. 20 into 6 is equal to 30 into 1. So we will get here y is equal to 20 into 6 divided with 30. 1 0 1 0 the food will last for 4 days. Now look at the sixth one. A contractor estimates that 3 persons could rewire Jasminder's house in 4 days. So, a contractor estimates that 3 persons could rewire Jasminder's house in 4 days. How many people? 3 people could do it in 4 days. Now the question is, if he uses 4 persons instead of 3. Instead of 3 he is using 4 persons. So this is person and this is day. Okay. Now 4 persons, if he uses 4 persons instead of 3, how long would they take to complete the job? So he has to find the number of days he will finish. Same process, we have to find x1, y1 is equal to x1, y1 is equal to x2, y2. Now we will apply, we have to find the value of y. See, y is equal to 3 into 4 divided with 4, 4 and 4 will cancel, the answer is 3. So it will take only 3 days. If a person is told this means 3 person could rewire the house in 4 days, and if he uses 4 person instead of 3, how long would he complete the job? So y x1 y1 is equal to x2 y2, and 3 into 4 y is equal to 3 into 4 y is 3. Yes, it will take 3 days to finish the job. Next one. A batch of bottles were packed in 25 boxes with 12 bottles in each box. If the same batch is packed using 20 bottles in each box, how many boxes will be filled? Okay, so in this question, see, a batch of water were packed in 25 boxes. So there are 25 boxes. Okay, so with 12 bottles in each box. In every box there are 12 bottles. If the same batch is packed using 20 bottles, if the same batch is packed using 20 bottles, how many boxes will be filled? So here we want to find the number of boxes that is required to fill 20 bottles. So here see x1, y1, x2, y2. Now we want to find the value of x. So x is equal to 25 into 12. This 20 will come in the denominator. 5 4 the, 5 5 the, 4 3 the answer is 15. So we require only 15 boxes when we are filling all the boxes, each box with 20 bottles. Okay, now the next one, the eighth one. A factory requires 42 machines to produce a given number of articles in 63 days. Okay. How many machines would be required to produce the same number of articles in 54 days? So, a factory requires 42 machines to produce a given number of articles in 63 days. How many machines would be required to produce the same number of articles in 54 days? So, this is missing. So, how many machines? That is missing. Okay. Now, what we will do is we have to find the value of x. We will apply x1, y1 is equal to x2, y2. Now we want to find the value of x, so keep x there. 42 into 63 divided by 54. Now see, 6 9 the 54, 6 7 the 42, 9 7 the 63, 7 into 7 49. So we require 49 machines machines to finish the job in 54 days. Okay. Now next one, a car takes 2 hours to reach a destination by traveling at the speed of 60 kilometers per hour. How long will it take when the car travels at the speed of 80 kilometers? Okay, see, a car takes 2 hours to reach a destination by traveling. It takes 2 hours to reach a destination by traveling at 60 kilometers. Next, how long will it take when the car travels at the speed of 80? So, when it travels at 80, how long it will take? So, we want to find x1, y1, x2, y2. From here, we have to find the value of x is equal to 2 into 60 by 80. 0 and 0 will get cancelled. 2, 4 the 6 by 4, 2, 3 the 2, 2 the 3 by 2 is 1.5 hours. 1.5 hours. So it will take 1.5 hours it will take 1.5 hours when traveling at a speed of 80 kilometers per hour. Now next one, two persons could fit new window in a house in 3 days. 2 persons can fit it in 3 days. Now the question subdivision is there. One of the person fell ill, okay, before the work started, and how long would the job take now? So one person is went. So out of 2 persons, 1 person went, and only 1 person is there. The question is how many days he will be able to, that single person will be able to do the same job. Okay. Now see, let's apply a formula x1, y1, x2, y2. We know that 1 into y is y. So y is equal to 2 into 3, 6. It will take 1 person 6 days to fit the window. Okay, now let's see the second one. Second one is how many persons would be needed to fit the window in 1 day. So he is going to fit the window in 1 day. Then how many persons are required? So obviously x1, y1 is equal to, so x into 1 is x, so x is equal to 2 into 3, 6. It requires 6 persons to fit the window in 1 day. Okay. Now the last question. A school has 8 periods per day. A day, each of 45 minutes duration. How long would each period would be if the school has 9 periods a day, assuming the number of school hours to be same? So a school has 8 periods, each of 45 minutes. And how long would each period will be if the school has 9 periods? Assume that number of, okay. So here, see x1, y1 is equal to x2, y2. From here we get the value y is equal to 82, 45 divided with 9. With 9 if you divide we will get 9, 5 the 45. So 18, 5. 40. So if there is 9 periods, then each period can have only 40 minutes. Okay, students. So students, with this chapter is over. I think you are clear with the topics. Thank you very much. We will see you in our next class.